There are moments in life when you look at someone and you just know, they've been somewhere, experienced something, or felt something that has left a trace on their soul. For women, intimacy leaves more than just physical evidence. It lingers in the eyes, in the way she carries herself, even in the silence that follows her words. But here's the truth, gentlemen, if you're only watching her body, you will miss the story. If you're only chasing signs on the surface, you will never understand the depth of a woman's world. And that is why so many men today are lost. Lost in a dating game where lust drowns love, where validation replaces connection, and where men confuse being high value with being emotionally absent. I want you to listen carefully, because what I'm about to share is not gossip. It's not a trick to catch a woman. It's a lesson in awareness, in observation, and most importantly, in respect. Because recognizing the signs of a woman who has just been intimate is not about judgment. It's about wisdom. It's about knowing how emotions shape us, how actions leave marks on our spirit, and how intimacy, whether with you or another man, can teach you something about her and about yourself. So let's walk through this together. There's a certain radiance a woman carries after intimacy, one that no makeup, no filter, no staged smile can replicate. It's not just the light in her eyes, it's the calm in her spirit. It's that inexplicable softness that shows when she's been touched not just on her body, but on her soul. But let's be clear, this glow is not always about joy. Sometimes it's the glow of peace, of connection, of being seen. Other times it can be a fragile glow, one that hides pain, confusion, or regret. And this is where so many men fail. They see the glow and they assume it's always pleasure. They assume it's always satisfaction. But the truth is, a woman's glow is layered, complex, and deeply emotional. Think about it, intimacy for a woman is rarely just physical. When she gives of herself, she's opening more than her body. She's opening trust, vulnerability, and a piece of her heart. If the experience is safe, loving, and affirming, that glow becomes a quiet strength. She walks lighter. Her laughter comes easier. She carries herself like a woman who knows she was cherished. But if the experience was shallow, rushed, or manipulative, the glow can be bittersweet. She may still look radiant, but beneath that light is a question. Was I valued, or was I used? And that kind of glow is one a wise man will recognize, not to criticize, but to empathize with. Here's the deeper lesson as a man. Your job is not to chase the glow. Your job is to understand it, to recognize that intimacy leaves imprints, and those imprints reveal the story of where she's been, what she's feeling, and how deeply she desires to be understood. So, when you notice that glow, the softness in her tone, the serenity in her movements, the calm presence she brings, pause before you interpret it. Don't let ego or suspicion lead you. Let wisdom guide you. Ask yourself, what story is this glow telling me? What does it reveal about her heart? Because the truth is, any man can see a glow, but only a real man can read it, and only a high-value man can honor it. Silence is a language too few men ever learn to understand. After intimacy, a woman's silence is not always emptiness. It's often a sacred space where her thoughts and emotions begin to settle. You see, for many women, intimacy is not just an act, it's a shift. Something changes inside her. And in that change, words don't always arrive right away. Maybe she sits quietly, her gaze fixed on nothing in particular. Maybe she replies slower than usual, her sentences broken by longer pauses. To an impatient man, it may seem like she is distracted. To an insecure man, it may look like rejection. But a wise man understands her silence is her processing. It's her replaying the moments in her mind, asking herself, was I safe? Did I feel valued? Do I regret this? Or do I feel fulfilled? Silence after intimacy can mean peace. A woman who feels secure may retreat into stillness because she's savoring the moment, soaking in the afterglow of connection. That silence is not distance, it's contentment. But silence can also signal conflict. Maybe the experience left her confused, maybe it awakened emotions she didn't expect, or maybe she feels exposed in ways she hasn't yet learned to express. In that moment, her silence is a protective shield, a way to gather herself before speaking. As a man, how you respond to her silence says everything about you. Do you rush to fill it with jokes, questions, or accusations? Or do you sit with it, calm, patient, present, allowing her the dignity of her own space? A high-value man doesn't fear silence. He respects it. He lets her breathe because he knows silence is not rejection. It is revelation. Here's the truth: words can be rehearsed, but silence is always honest. Pay attention not just to what she says, but to what she doesn't say. Notice the pause between her sentences, the heaviness or the peace in her stillness. That's where the truth lies. So, the next time you encounter a woman's silence after intimacy, don't panic. Don't project. Listen with your eyes, with your patience, with your spirit. Because in that silence, she is telling you more than words ever could. The body never lies. It's honest in ways words rarely are. After intimacy, a woman's body often reveals what her mind might still be processing. If you pay attention, the subtle changes in her posture, her movements, even the way she breathes, can tell you more than 1,000 words ever could. Notice the small things. Maybe her shoulders are looser, her steps lighter. Maybe she tilts her head slightly, or her fingers linger longer on the things around her. These are not just random gestures. They are echoes of the emotional experience she just had. The body remembers moments of connection that the mind may still be evaluating, moments of trust that are being physically integrated into her being. Sometimes the changes are tender, almost imperceptible. A gentle smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes, a soft hum when she sits down, a slow, thoughtful motion when she pours a drink. These shifts aren't always about joy. They can be about reflection, longing, or even a quiet sadness. Recognizing these patterns isn't about judging them. It's about understanding them. Here's the deeper lesson: high-value men don't just look at the obvious. They see the subtle, fleeting signs that most men miss. They notice that a woman who just felt deeply connected may hold herself differently, move with more awareness, or even pause in unexpected ways. And in that awareness lies respect, because acknowledging her body language means you are paying attention to her as a human being, not an object. But there's a caveat: never weaponize body language. Never make assumptions about her feelings or intentions based solely on what you observe. Instead, use it as a compass to guide your empathy. Her body is giving you signals, sometimes of comfort, sometimes of vulnerability, sometimes of reflection. Your responsibility as a man is to honor them, to meet her where she is, and to provide safety in return. Because when you can read her body without judgment, when you can see the story she carries in her movements, you begin to understand a truth that most never grasp. Intimacy is not just a moment of pleasure. It is a moment of revelation, an emotional fingerprint left on both of you. And the way she carries it in her body is the quiet proof of that truth. Intimacy doesn't just touch the body, it touches the heart. And for women, that emotional imprint can be profound. After an intimate experience, a woman's emotions often shift in ways that are subtle, complex, and sometimes unpredictable. It's not that she's unstable or difficult. It's that she has allowed herself to be vulnerable, and vulnerability always leaves traces. Some women may feel a wave of closeness, a desire to connect more deeply. Their gestures become more affectionate, their laughter more genuine, their eyes searching for reassurance and acknowledgement. In these moments, emotional sensitivity is a gift, not a challenge. It's a window into how she feels valued, cared for, and seen. As a man, noticing this sensitivity and responding with understanding is a measure of your maturity. Other women may withdraw. Their sensitivity might make them cautious, reflective, or even distant. Intimacy can stir emotions they weren't expecting, insecurities, doubts, or memories of past pain. This doesn't mean she has rejected you. It means her heart is processing. Emotional sensitivity is her mind's way of saying, I need time to understand how I feel, and I need safety to do it. Here's the key for a high-value man: never dismiss or minimize these emotions. Don't treat sensitivity as weakness or assume it's a game to be won. Instead, honor it. Respect it. Let her know through your words, your presence, and your actions that her emotional state matters to you. Being attentive to her sensitivity shows that you value her humanity above her physicality, a distinction too many men fail to make. Emotional sensitivity after intimacy also offers a mirror for you. How do you respond? Do you get defensive, impatient, or frustrated? Or do you lean in with empathy, curiosity, and care? Her emotions are not a burden. They are a roadmap, guiding you toward deeper connection and mutual respect. Remember, intimacy awakens emotions in ways nothing else can. Some of those feelings are joyful, some complicated, and some raw. And a woman's emotional sensitivity is her way of navigating that complexity. If you learn to see it, honor it, and respond with integrity, you're not just observing her, you're building a bond rooted in understanding, trust, and real connection. Intimacy has a way of reshaping focus. It's not just a physical act, it's a moment of connection that often forces a woman to examine what matters most to her. After such an experience, you may notice subtle shifts in her attention, her energy, and even her daily priorities. These changes are not random, they are reflections of her heart and mind processing what just happened. Some women become more present with the men they trust. If she shared intimacy with someone meaningful, her attention may naturally shift toward nurturing that connection. She'll ask more thoughtful questions, remember details, and make an effort to spend more time with him. This isn't manipulation. It's a reflection of how deeply she values emotional safety and meaningful interaction. Recognizing this is key for any man who wants to understand women beyond the surface. Other women may step back. If the experience left her uncertain or conflicted, her focus may turn inward. She might spend more time reflecting on her own needs, emotions, or goals before engaging again. This is not rejection, it's self-preservation. A woman's priorities shift because intimacy awakens clarity. It forces her to ask herself, does this person align with what I truly want? Am I giving my heart to someone who respects it? For men, observing these changes is an opportunity, not a challenge. A high-value man doesn't see a shift in priorities as distance or disinterest. He sees it as insight, a map showing where she is emotionally, what she values, and how she navigates connection. Responding with patience and awareness communicates respect and emotional intelligence. Here's the deeper truth: the way a woman reorders her priorities after intimacy reflects not just her feelings for you, but her understanding of herself. And how you respond to that shift reveals your own maturity. Do you panic, compete for attention, or try to control her? Or do you support her space, honor her process, and stay aligned with your own integrity? Intimacy changes priorities because it reveals authenticity. A woman who just opened herself physically and emotionally will naturally recalibrate, highlighting what and who truly matters. If you can recognize these subtle shifts, respond with respect, and adjust your own behavior accordingly, you will cultivate trust, deepen connection, and demonstrate the emotional strength that defines a high-value man. The most profound sign of intimacy isn't found in her. It's reflected in you. After a woman has been intimate, the way you perceive her reveals more about your character, your emotional depth, and your capacity for real connection than anything else. This is the mirror she holds up, and it's not always comfortable to look into. Some men see only the physicality, the surface level gestures, or the glow left behind. They reduce the experience to lust, desire, or conquest. But a high-value man sees beyond that. He sees vulnerability, trust, and a moment of shared humanity. The way you respond, your empathy, your patience, your attentiveness, defines the type of man you are and the type of connections you will attract in life. Intimacy strips away pretense. It exposes both her authenticity and yours. If you react with judgment, insecurity, or selfishness, the mirror shows you exactly what you need to work on. If you respond with care, respect, and awareness, the mirror reflects the strength of a man who is emotionally intelligent and capable of meaningful relationships.